Many of you are looking at the headlines and asking, how does this actually end? What's happening in Iran with the protesters, US and Israel's involvement militarily? How do unarmed protesters stand a chance against a regime that has spent decades building a massive military apparatus? How is it they are supposed to go out and overthrow the regime at this point? So we're talking about a civilian population versus the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, and Basij militias, groups that are not just armed, excuse me, but deeply integrated into the very foundation of Iran's security. Historically, unarmed movements don't defeat a military in a fair fight. They succeed when the regime's power structure fractures. Change happens when security forces begin to defect, when the economy can no longer sustain the oppression, or when international pressure becomes an unbearable weight. So, is the US actively working to dismantle the IRGC? The answer is unfolding in real time through military action. Under the current administration, the US has launched Operation Epic Fury, a joint campaign with Israel aimed directly at degrading the IRGC's command structure and infrastructure. These strikes target missile installations, command centers, and leadership compounds. The goal is to weaken the tools of repression, the very things the regime uses to keep the population in check. While these strikes can weaken the regime, experts warn they are not a magic button for regime change. The IRGC has deep social and institutional roots. Removing a leader or a base doesn't immediately dissolve the system. Beyond the missiles and the politics, we have to look at the people. How safe are they? What is life like on the ground today? The situation is incredibly precarious. As conflict escalates, the greatest risk isn't just from the streets, but from the collapse of basic services. Protesters are facing severe risks, not just from security forces, but from a potential loss of food distribution, medical care, and secure supply lines. Opposition figures like Reza Pahlavi, the crown prince, have urged people to stay safe, using symbolic acts like rooftop chants or nightly slogans to show resistance without walking directly into the line of fire. So, what happens next? Is this going to be over in a few days? Most likely not. We're currently in an active combat phase that is expected to continue for weeks, possibly months. Retaliatory cycles and the complexity of leadership succession means there's no quick or easy resolution. So the bottom line is military action can degrade the regime's strength, but sustainable change usually requires an internal political shift. The hope lies in the resilience of the people and the potential for the regime's internal loyalty to finally break. So our focus shouldn't be just on maps and military strikes. It must be on the lives, the dignity, and the future of the Iranian people. Let's keep our hearts centered on their safety and pray for a peace that is both just and lasting. Thank you for standing with me on this.